Hey guys, I'm stuck in queue. I wanted to do like a preliminary update. So things for Paladins are getting stranger than fiction in a very good way. Um, man, I could get into nitty gritty of it, but I don't even know where to begin. Okay, so Ret Reckoning. Now, if you stop attack macro, you basically gain more attacks than you ever could on private servers. It's really OP. You can also use it for solo farming. Mind you, I'm 25 prot and I'm not maxed out level. What's scary about this is that, like, yeah, it's not that impressive yet, but it actually scales really hard. Oh, I missed. Do one more. This is really addictive and fun to fight like this, to practice it. Anyways, yeah, you can do that now. Um, you can put Blessing of Sacrifice on a tank, and he can spam sit, and since it's critting, it now crits you if he gets critted, but it doesn't do like extra damage. But long story short, let's see, I had a video pulled up of this somewhere. Here. So this is S-Fan. I call it Omnislashing. I didn't actually know about the Blessing of Sacrificing. S-Fan told me he did already. I got the idea from Rex Troy. The double hit thing, me and S-Fan already talked about that in beta. But yeah, I saw Rex Troy doing it. I was like, okay, I was too low level at the time, but now at higher level, I can work on it. It's pretty awesome. I still like sit strafe more than any other kind of. I have really good odds of making it proc with sit strafe. Alright, so this is Omni slashing. S-Fan tank doesn't really know how to do it, and S-Fan has made some critical errors too, as this is his first time doing it. Several. I don't know if I really want to get into. I'll just say I guess I might as well. Should be using Salve because no matter what he's targeting, he's going to get aggro. You might as well be using Might and kill it faster. And he's using something where he's switching targets all the time to try not pull aggro. That's a bad idea. You should just hit one target till it's dead and pull the aggro, kill the caster. And you need a tank that actually knows how to use the sit macro a little better. This guy doesn't quite get it. So SN is losing out on some damage. But here we go. This is Omni slashing. It's a thing that we can do now. Um, if you're going to Omni slash, it's a good idea to bring health pots as you don't use that much mana to help your healer out because you are going to hurt yourself. It's by putting sacrifice on your tank, and when he gets critted, you gain extra attacks. So yeah, that's nothing. Like that's a moderately average. Like not, we're not going to say that's a well executed Omni slash. And look at the damage he's putting out. Um, just because of the type of mobs, it's a pretty good Omni slash. Because if you fight a bunch of casters, it's going to be, not that relevant. But there are tricks you can do to, yeah, basically make it work out. Yeah, bring health pots. Let's see what else. Okay, let's go into Retribution. So you can Omni Slash with Reckoning. You can double tap. Every time the mob attacks you while leveling, you can attack the mob with 2 white hits and often a sealed command if you time your strafes correctly. So it's really good for solo questing with Reckoning. Let's move on to Prot. Prot can also use stop attack macro to get even better aggro with their every time they get a Reckoning counter. If you start attack macro, you will gain extra hits and get extra threat. Deep Retribution. If you're a Holy Paladin and you're PvPing with a Deep Ret Pally, the Holy Pally can put Sacrifice on the Deep Ret Pally. And if anyone crits the Deep Ret Pally in PvP, like someone just, 100 pet gets on the Ret Pally, the Ret Pally will transfer a crit to the Holy Pally, and that will proc Vengeance. So basically, Holy Pally puts sack on the Ret Pally gets critted by random animal, random something. Holy Paladin will transfer crit to the, Ret Pally will transfer crit to the Holy Paladin and gain Vengeance without even getting into combat. So Ret got buffed. Mostly that's PvP though, as it's hard to take unless you're tanking as Ret or something. There might be a new build, guys, coming out with Ret tanking that uses Vengeance because, well, because of this, you always have Vengeance up with Sacrifice. Anyways, so Ret got that buff. Also, if you didn't catch my earlier videos in beta, it's a really big deal. You can now judge command on Repentance and not break Repentance. So you can get the double damage. For Ret Reckoning and basically anyone using Seal Command, it's really not hard. It's not hard at all to Seal Twist into Judgment. And you can actually stun with that Judgment and then switch seals again back into command and judge on it for double damage. So that's another little buff, but that one's more for a clutch stun. That one takes some practice. Let's see. How Reckoning was changed, you do straight up more damage. Just so you know, if you're using stop start attack macro, you do more damage than you did on private servers. So looks like Paladins will outscale just about everything in the end. Reckoning's more of a late game scaling thing. Okay, Holy Reckoning. Let's talk about the hot news with that. Just doing a lot of research from other Paladins and forums who have spell power gear. I don't have any yet, so I can't really test it. But there might be a thing where different ranks of Seal of Righteousness have different spell power ratios. That's the rumor I heard. And I heard SOR3 has the best spell power ratio for some weird reason. Don't know, guys. Could be wrong. But let's just think about this for a second. Holy Reckoning is now God tier in PvP, as you can put sacrifice on all your targets around you and get counters off of them. So everyone you're healing, you can also get counters off them. It's super easy to get counters. And it's, I don't know, it's just OP. You want sacrifice on anyone anyway, so you can't get CC'd, right? And they can actually sit against a PvP player, and they don't have to stand or sit strafe. They just have to get credit from sitting, and you'll get a counter. So if a rogue gets on if you're a Ret Reckoning Pally and a rogue jumps on your Holy Pally, then that Holy Pally sits, you'll get a full Rec Bomb in like seconds. And then you'll go up to the rogue and one-shot him. So yeah, there's that. And Holy Reckoning is like even worse because you're sitting there healing people while you're getting counters. It's super easy. Let's see. There's something else I'm forgetting. I guess that's it. All the types of Paladins have been buffed. Paladin, like the Shadow Reckoning Pally, is the only one that got nerfed, but Reckoning is so insanely powerful, I don't think anyone's going to care. I think the biggest nerf to Paladins now is a little harder to use, but I don't really consider that a nerf. And less choices in gear. Less items are gonna have like spell power ratios, and you're gonna be more pigeonholed in the gear, and the competition's gonna be insane because Ret Pellys are kind of flavor of the month, and nobody knows why, and a lot of them are gonna quit. And then next month they're gonna find out all this OP stuff is gonna start coming out. Like when people start mainstreaming Omnislash, and people figure out the mechanics, like it works a lot better with a prop pally than a whole prop warrior, for example, prop pally and reckoning pally. People figure out these mechanics. Basically, yeah, no one's gonna. People are gonna start inviting you all to raid if you know how to do an Omnislash well. Not raid, but 5-mans. I guess our raid DPS is still kind of trash, but That might change with all this work being done on Paladin stuff. But anyways, it's all good. Paladins are super strong, and I don't know, guys. I mean, Bay's fault. I mean, I think in about 2 months from now, Blizzard's gonna have, when people start to get the gear and figure out what I know and what some of the other paladins know and start practicing it, I think Blizzard's gonna have to seriously consider nerfing us, which is really irritating because they shouldn't nerf us just because, I mean, because look at LA Shamans, there's some broke mechanics now of LA Shamans right now. There's some broken stuff about mages, there always was. I mean, technically every class is kind of broken. I mean, rogues can stun lock for just about forever. So, but I think there's gonna be a lot of crying when people find out more about Ret. It is, oh man. Oh, here's one of the most powerful things. I forgot the bonus. Here we go, guys. Um, I did this in PvP with S-Fan, and I was low level. We ran in 3 level 60s. He had the bubble at one point. I started to sit until I had the bubble to give him counters because we were cross countering each other with Blessing of Sacrifice. And before I knew what happened, he buzzsawed all 3 of them. Because using the stop, start, attack macro, you get extra commands and extra whites compared to private servers. And it resets your swing time, so you have no swing time while you're in bubble. So he was in bubble and he buzzsawed 3 players down. No attack timer. Yep. You can Omnislash while in bubble. And you don't actually take damage from Blessing of Sacrifice. You can't die like on private servers where you die from the return damage. Yep. And guys, you can sacrifice more than one target at a time. So you could technically go up to Nyxia and get all your tanks to sit for you and put sack on them near the end of the boss fight in the 3rd phase. You'll do so much damage that feet won't hardly touch the ground because you'll be proccing seal commands so often and jumping in the air with no swing time cooldown that you'll pull aggro from Omni and you can tank them in the bubble for literally 12 seconds. And God only knows how much damage you can do. Anyways, guys, Dave's fault.